Our guest today is Patricia Heaton. Welcome to the KJ Today Show, your channel for the positive vibes of pop culture, people to know, and pets. Hi, Patricia.
Hi, nice to hear you. Sorry.
Yes, I know, right? I think last time you and I talked, actually, your husband was on, David Hunt, as well, talking about your wonderful movie, Unexpected. It's great to have you back talking about another project.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a wonderful movie called Mending the Line. That's coming out this Friday, and I got to work with the incredible Brian Cox and Cinqua Walls, and it's just a terrific, life-affirming, hopeful movie about healing from trauma. And in this case, it's a veteran from Afghanistan and then one from the Vietnam War, and how they come together in an unlikely friendship and bond through fly fishing. And so, of course, we got to shoot in Bozeman, Montana, which is, one of the most beautiful places on the planet. And just working with an incredible cast and our director, Josh Caldwell, working on a small budget, really tight schedule, and just they produced this gorgeous movie. And it's something I think your listeners will really love.
Well, it's so interesting, the timing of this, Patricia. I have a very active family in the military, and everything from Vietnam to Afghanistan. And over Memorial Day weekend, we have the Indy 500 here, and we were actually having a conversation about the difference between those generations and trying to help the veterans that have come back from Afghanistan and Iraq and more of the recent times, because it's a different way of connecting. So thank you to you and Brian and everybody involved. I just think this is a wonderful time to have that conversation and figure out how we reach those veterans.
Yeah, I agree. Since the pandemic, the subject of our mental health has come to the forefront finally, because it's important. And, I think there's been too much stigma around it, especially for our military, because, they were concerned that it would affect their careers. And in some cases it has. And so the military is trying to change that. And as my character, I play a VA doctor, talks about, not only healing physically at the VA hospital, but healing mentally and socially, and being able to come back into society from difficult, war circumstances, and finding yourself again. And it's just very important. I do a lot of work with the Gary Sinise Foundation, I'm sure you're familiar with, and along with building homes for wounded vets, Gary's Foundation focuses on mental health and how important that is for our veterans. So I was really thrilled to be a part of this project. First of all, just because it's a terrific movie with a terrific cast, but then it also deals with this very important subject in a really beautiful way.
And it is coming out on Friday, the theatrical release. We're talking about Mending the Line. And on with us is Patricia Heaton. I had a couple of fan questions, if you don't mind, this morning, Patricia. Sure. Shelley has a daughter who is a junior and wants to be a Broadway star. And she said, I believe Patricia got her start on Broadway. Does she have any advice for a young girl with this dream?
Well, I would, I would tell her daughter to reframe her goal. The goal would be to be a very well-trained actor. And if stardom happens to come along, that's great. But that's a side benefit. If she has the desire to be an actor, then you get the proper training. You don't worry about stardom. You worry about being well-trained, singing, acting, dancing, whatever she's doing, and focus on that. If you just focus on the work and the training, maybe you'll be successful, but that's not in your hands. that shouldn't be the goal. The goal should be a very well-trained actor.
Thank you. And question number 2, Jenny says she is about to give birth to her 4th son and wanted some advice from you on how to live in a house full of boys.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Boys are very physically active, and so give them that space to run around, to, you know, they're generally speaking, they're more physically active than girls. In the long run, I feel that they're easier than girls, from what I've observed from friends who have daughters, because boys they wear everything on their sleeve. They're not good at hiding things. They're not manipulative, or they're not good at being manipulative. And so what you see is what you get. They're very open and trusting. And so just have fun, let them be boys, and you know, cherish these precious times, because even though a day can seem long, the years fly by. So just appreciate it, and don't worry about if your house is clean or if they have sticky hands. Like, just enjoy.
Well, I can back you up on that, Patricia. I am one of 8 girls, and we have 1 brother.
Where did he fall in the lineup?
I'm the 2nd oldest, and my brother is actually the youngest. And even when he came, they were a set of twins. So even when the boy finally came, a girl came along too.
Oh my goodness. Was he just treated like the little prince because he was the boy?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, he will tell you, he's like, I don't get involved in all this sister stuff. Like that's their drama.
That's wonderful.
Well, thank you for sharing some advice with our listeners today. And thank you again for calling in. Mending the Line is hitting theaters on Friday. Such an important film, and hopefully will lead to even more important conversations. Always great to have you on the show, Patricia. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, KJ.
Thanks for joining us for another celebrity interview. Of course, the KJ Today Show isn't just about talking to celebs, it's about hanging out with you. Join us live on Wednesday nights for pop culture, people to know, and pets. The KJ Today Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch live Wednesday nights at 7.